Hello everyone, welcome to this training on Google Forms. So what we will be doing today is we will create a form for our clients to input information that we require before we start coaching with them. I received an input form last week, which you can see here. It's like a pre-consultation form, where this coach of mine wanted to know a couple of informations about myself, and I had to complete this form. So when I saw it, I told myself you can do this a lot better, easier to be used, and you can brand it so it looks really professional. It's not that particularly important, I'm not saying that, to have this in a really well presented format, but it's just a way to probably upgrade your marketing, your life, your marketing. Your life is your marketing, right? All right. So at the end of this training today, what we're gonna see is a form that looks a bit like this. Okay. So basically, we're gonna go from this here to this here. All right. If this is why you came here, then stay on. All right. So how do we create something like this? The easiest thing is you just Google probably Google Forms. So hang on a sec. I go to google.com. Okay, now you say you Google here Google Forms. All right. So then you go here to Google Forms. Now you could see the screen that you were seeing earlier. Here I go to this personal space. I click to go to Google Forms, and here I am. This is the form I created earlier, the one you saw. So I create this now from scratch. Okay, so this is when you click, sorry, I go back again. So you can see this, I click here on plus, blank. So I'm starting with a blank form. All right. So basically a form is a way to obtain answers to questions. All right. Now let's go back to the initial document, which was this here. So the first question here would have been my first name. Okay, so what I want to do here is first name. I explain all of this in a minute. Just give me a second how all of this works. So I'll put here first name, and I click here short answer. All right, and it has here a description of short answer text. So when I click here on the I, that's the preview. So I click here, and this is basically how my form looks at this very moment. Okay, first name, and I can enter here Matthias, and then I could click the submit button. All right, so what we created here is a text input field. All right, so I leave here. All right, so the next information would be the last name, probably. So down here I have this is a duplication button, so I click on it here. It says here click, okay, duplicate. So I just duplicated this one here. So I input here last name. All right, now let's go into a bit more detail here. Here on the right side you can see short answer, which basically means that the answer that has to be given is a short answer text. You can also, when I click here on the arrow here, you have here a menu opening up. So I could also allow the person to write a whole paragraph. Okay, so a long answer text. But we don't really want that on the last name, so we keep it as short. I'll explain the rest of all these items here just in a minute. Not all of them, the ones we need. All right, so I'm okay with this for now, so I will move on to the next one. All right, I have here the phone number. All right, So phone number is a number, but there is a plus there as well. So the plus is not a number. So we would need to have still a text field, not a number field. Okay, I do again duplicate here. I put in phone number. I leave it as a short answer. And short answer text. All right. Now, the next thing here is my date of birth. Okay, so I put here, I duplicate, I go date of birth, but now we want the date. We don't really want the text field here. So you could see how Google is so smart, already changed this automatically to date and a month, date, and a year. All right. Let's have a look here. I go on preview. Okay, we have your first name, last name, phone number, and the date of birth. And the date of birth, if I click here on the calendar, okay, your calendar opens up, and I can play around here a bit. Go back to where I was born a long time ago, 1977, April the 6th. All right, here we go. All right, I don't submit this for now. Okay, I close the form again, leave. Okay, here I'm back. Now, one thing you might have noticed is that there is a field down here that's called required. When I click here, basically means that the person that is inputting the form must complete this field. And since we really want all of this information here, I click here everywhere on required. Required, phone number, required, date of birth. Okay, required. All right. I also put now a title here. So it was called pre-consultation form. Pre-consultation form. All right. I put here. I want to input here basically where it says it's strictly confidential. All right. So I go here. There's a menu over here on the side with the plus sign. The plus means add a question. What I would like to do is add a title and a description. Okay, I add here a title, and the title is going to be strictly confidential. Strictly confidential. All right. I don't need anything else. No description. Okay, I click here on the side. I just leave it for now. Now, what we don't have here, we don't have a picture here, right? But maybe what we want is we actually want to have a picture of our coachee. So when we probably look at this before we start coaching with our clients. So if we have a lot of clients, we might not always remember how they look like, particularly the first few times we coach them. So let's ask them also for a picture. All right, so what we do here is first name, last name, and here we put we want to have a, hang on a sec, I put here, I duplicate here, so after last name, and here I'm gonna say I want a file upload. So we want them to upload their picture file, right? So here let respondents upload files to Drive. In order for this to work, you need to have a Google Drive, which you have. By the way, all of this just works if you have a Google email address. So either a Gmail or you have a Google Workspace. Then you can use all the Google tools like Google Docs, Google Forms, Google Sheets, and so on. So if you don't have a Gmail address or a Google address, email address, sorry, then all of this doesn't work anyway. So since you have one, if you came until here, you also have a Google Drive. Now, I click here on continue. Okay, so the title of this field is going to be picture. Okay, we want them to upload a file. We want to allow specific file types. We want to allow an image. Obviously, this is up to you to define this. Required, I take the required an option away because some people might not be comfortable in sending you their picture. So I take this away, and here we go. Alrighty. Now you might remember when I showed you my form that I had my logo on there, and also the colors were according to my branding. So what I do here, I want to put my logo on the top here. So I go here to add an image. I upload my branding. Hang on a sec. Logo, standard logo size. So original. Okay. Just uploading here my picture. Okay. Oh, error occurred. Okay, let me use another file. Maybe here, original on transparent. Okay, goes a bit faster. Oh, I didn't really want to have that here. I wanted to have it on the top, right? Alrighty, so that's not what I wanted. I delete this here. I wanted to have it, where can I put this here? Okay, you know what I do? I do here add a title and description. I want to have a, here I'm adding an image. Okay, that's also not what I wanted. I wanted to have it at the top. Alright, how am I going to do this? Okay, I'm going to add here a section. Okay, and here, I've forgotten now how I did this before. Apologize for this for a moment. Here, sorry, customize theme, here. Now you know how to do this. Choose image here. So I'm gonna upload, sorry, do this again, like before. Original on transparent. Okay, I want this all. Okay. No, this is not what I want. Give me a second here. Original. Please work. Okay, let's see how this goes. Okay, this time it works. Okay, done. Okay, the picture is being loaded here. And if everything went all right, see, Google again is so smart. It already changed the color of the forms to my brand color, the blue here. Alrighty, let's get back to the form. Alright, so I didn't really need this section here. So I delete this section. Delete all the questions. I don't want that to happen. So I just leave the section here. So basically the section, it's when you load the form, it's going to be two different pages. Let me show this quickly. So you go here on preview. Can you see? So now it's the this is the first page pretty much. when you go to the next section, you need to click here the next button. If I didn't have the section, then all these fields would be right here at the start. Okay, let me go back here. Okay, so maybe the second section here is personal information. Okay, now, so we don't need this picture here, we delete this field. So again, we have first name, last name, we have phone number and date of birth. Let's go back to the original form. We wanted to have the age. Okay, we're gonna have here age. So age is gonna be a short answer, which is fine. Required, maybe, yeah, let's leave it as required. And then we're gonna have here relationship status. Again, click here. You could also do this, hang on, delete this again. I could also press the button here, the plus sign, instead of duplicating, and I would have here relationship status, and we will have here a short answer, all right, and required. All right, so now, yeah, we also need the email address, that's important, and I'm gonna show you something there, which is important. So we put an email address. Okay, short answer, that's correct. But now, what we want to make sure, we want to validate this field. We don't want them to input just something. We want to have their correct email address. So we put here required, and then we click on the three buttons here on the side, which is going to be our response validation. So we're basically validating their input. But we want here, we want to have a, we want to include the @ sign. So we basically ask the form to do a check that when somebody inputs information here, that it includes an @ sign. Okay, and if no @ sign is included, then they will get an error message. Like the error message is going to be, please input your correct email address. All right. Please input correct email address. So if I go here again on preview, okay, so let's put here an email address. I put here Matthias, then I will get an error message here, please input correct email address. Okay, so I put here matt@matt.com. Fine, now it works. That's not my correct email address, but those are the limitations of Google Forms. I cannot do another validation to make sure that the email address is also correct, like that this domain exists. Okay, it doesn't matter. It's already good what we have right now. All right. So now we have the email address, and occupation is just another text field here. So the next section would be health. Okay, so what we do here, we do another add a section, and this section is going to be called health. All right, so we put here a field. So the first thing here is medications being taken. Medications being taken. We can put here, let's leave it here as a paragraph, because some people might take a lot of medication, so they might need to have a long answer. We could also put checkboxes, or checkboxes if we had like a list of medications that our clients might need. You know, maybe we have clients that suffer from certain illnesses, so you could put a list in here of different medications. I'll show you this later, how this works. Okay, here paragraph. For now, that's it. All right, so the next paragraph here is from the list below, check as many errors that concern you. So this coach put here like a list of potential problems I could face. You could see what I input here as bold, as confidence, self-esteem, and procrastination. Anyway, the way I understood it, it was like these are like the headlines here: addictions, anxiety, eating problems, depression, career issues, sexual problems. So the way we are going to do this in the form is we're going to do for each one of these headlines a multiple choice field. So, oh, sorry, a checkbox field. Okay, so the first one is going to be here addictions. So addictions, all right, and then we change this here to checkbox. So the difference between multiple choice and checkbox is the multiple choice you can only do one answer, and checkboxes you can do several answers. All right, so option one here would be drinking. Then I click here on add. No, sorry, I click here on add option. Smoking. Excuse me. Drugs. Gambling. Compulsive behavior. Compulsive behavior. All right. So I add another field here. So these are the addictions. The next one would be anxiety. Anxiety. So we put here again checkboxes. You could see here that what popped up here was a linear scale, so you could add here from 1 to 5, like bad to great. So if the question itself would only be about anxiety, the level of anxiety you experience, you could use a linear scale. But we don't want that. We want to input these various fields here. So anxiety would be stress. Add option, and we have here fears. Fears, phobia, panic attacks. Guilt and relaxation, relaxation, and then we could still put another, add other. All right. So and then we would require this field again, and here would be also we require this field. Oh no, actually, because somebody might not be suffering from these things, so we just leave this for now. Okay, we don't require this. Alrighty, so now how does this look like? Or something else. So down here, something else. So I put here another form at the bottom. Anything else? So we put here a paragraph, yeah, so that it can fill in information. So now we will put a text field here saying, so I'm not going to go on with the form. I think as an initial introduction into Google Forms, this is sufficient for now. I think I'm already recording almost half an hour, so I don't want to drag this out too long. So we put here, thank you for completing the initial assessment form. I look forward to seeing you on the call. Matt. All right. Okay, let's look at this form. So we click here on preview. So this is our first page. Then we click here on next. So I put here Matthias Berger, my phone number, date of birth, whatever, just put here a date, age is 43, relationship status single, my email address, okay, medication taken, none, addictions, we have drinking and smoking, not true, but I just put it here. Then we have fears and phobias, anything else, none, and here we've got the thank you for completing, and I submit here. All right, and here we got the confirmation page. My response has been recorded. Now, if we go back here, you can see here now popping up that I got a response. So here I have the response from this, from what I just completed. If you have several people replying, you will probably want to go here to individual, and then you're going to have your drop down with all the individual people that reply to you. What is a great tool here is you can export this into a spreadsheet. Here, Excel spreadsheet. So I create, and now I have here, and I have the information that I just input. I have it here. So when you have several clients, you can have all this information compiled in a spreadsheet and easy for you to look for it. Alrighty. One final important thing is if you send this to people, you need to go here to settings, okay, and you need to untick this box here. If you don't untick it, it will tell you only people within your organization, like I have a business account with Google, so only people in my organization can submit the form, which I don't want. I want everyone, like all my clients, to be able to submit this. So I untick this. There are a couple of other settings you can make here, and this is maybe something for a future date. But for now, I just untick this. This is very important. And maybe I want to collect their email address, and this is like for the respondents to that they get a copy of what they just completed. Okay, so I want to do this. I want to send them a copy of it for always. I'm going to save this here. Okay, so how does this work now in reality? Once you created the form, you want to send this to your client. So you click here on send. I put this here. Let's say my email address is matthias@icloud.com, pre-consultation form, and I'm gonna send this. Okay, here we go, send. All right, so I'm gonna check my email here. I'm gonna go to my iCloud. Okay, I need to wait here for a moment. Okay, let's hope it didn't end up in spam. No, it's not in my spam. Where is it? Hang on. Did it come anywhere else? Here it is, pre-consultation form. No, this was from earlier. Okay, interesting. Okay, I wonder, let me quickly check this. I put here a Google email address I have, matthias@cruisefinder.com. This is one of my businesses. Okay, send. Okay, let's check here my email address. Oops. This has been okay. I don't know why this is not working. Anyway, we can discuss this later. In theory, how it works is you click here the send button. Let me check one more email address, masterpieces@gmail.com. Send. It worked earlier. So what I can show you, normally it would come in like this, pre-consultation form. You would click on it, and oh no, sorry, this is the confirmation. Oh, yeah, here we go. No, again. Okay, I'm having a problem here, which I don't know. I need to solve this. Probably by tonight when we have the call, I know the answer to this. Alrighty. Thank you very much. I see you later. Okay, bye.